Okay, we're ready. Will you guys please introduce yourselves quickly?
Okay, so this is Sam Bardaouil
and Till Fellrath.
Okay.
and we work together, and we try to not kill each other most of the time. But anyways, this
What
is
about
a
the rest of the
different
time?
story.
Let me kill everybody else.
Okay. I'm a little bit nervous.
I have two favorite pieces.
So we're in Art Dubai.
We're in Art Dubai, I think. Yes, we are.
Yeah.
And my two favorite pieces. One is a piece by Zhang Huan, and it's the Memory Door series from 2006. I love it because it's an interesting way of salvaging history. He collects a lot of old doors, and then he kind of pastes and carves images, old photographs, and kind of, in reference to a tradition of hanging charms or revolution posters on Chinese doors. I think it's beautiful. The craftsmanship is brilliant. It's monolithic, but it's very, very fragile in terms of the image at the same time. So this tension kind of is a great way of reflecting on how memories in the human mind work. This is one of my favorite pieces. I would steal it anytime.
What do you think about the use of craft, though, given a lot of Art Dubai is not relying on craft-based production?
This is why my second piece, which I totally adore, is a work that and I'll finish very, very quickly because Till is about to kill me. My second favorite piece is not second in terms of priority, but another piece is the complete opposite. There's no kind of craftsmanship. It's a conceptual work by Adam Broomberg and Oliver Chanarian. It's a work that reflects on a very special history in the Arab world. It's a series of prints. And what is printed on the paper are slogans or statements from publications by a group of primarily Egyptian artists living and working in Cairo in the 30s and the 40s, called the Art and Liberty Movement. They were predominantly surrealist, they were very leftist, and these statements were used as public, kind of socially engaged art, but also political resistance. So it's a really, really great work, and it shows that we have a history of political resistance in the region way before the Arab Spring, but also art that is very interesting and conceptual and strong and multi-layered. And I'm done talking.
So just one follow-up question. So what do you think?
No,
Well, ask him. Okay, so Till.
No, you can do him. I want to be separate.
No, Till. In response to that piece, what do you think about the display of socially engaged work within a fair-like environment, and what does it mean to collect that type of work?
You get the difficult question.
No, you can answer that question again. I love talking about it. I was going to pick a totally different kind of work, but it's okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
No. So your piece, definitely talk about that piece of work, but...
Okay, so then let him finish, and you can do the same thing with me. Is that good, or is it not good?
No, that's good. Do you want to respond to that question, or you want to...
No, I think there's a place for everything. It is a fair. It's not curated. Galleries choose things that they like, and some galleries choose things that they think they can sell. Some choices have been tough on certain galleries. They chose to show work that is more institutionally oriented. Some galleries chose work that is easier and more accessible. And I think each to their own. So there's no answer to that question, I guess.
Okay.
Till.
Wait, does the Adam and Ollie piece have anything in connection to the Brussels show? Like in terms
No comment.
Maybe it doesn't.
I tried.
We just tried to get a juicy pit of art fair gossip. Did not work. Was not successful. Till continue in your track.
Yes. So what's the question now? There, it's.
Favorite.
No, one installation I really enjoyed is the installation at what now?
There are other things going on at the fair that are not our informal conversation.
So let's go with
Are we not as important?
They're filming.
Okay.
So one installation that I really liked is the installation at Alexander Gray Gallery. I really fell in love with the dialogue of Hassan Sharif and Louis Kamnitzer, really for the reason that Hassan Sharif already is pretty amazing, being such a visionary and almost out of time in terms of when he was doing works here in the region, when there was really almost no audience, or no understanding. He was almost completely out of time and place doing what he was doing here. And Louis Kamnitzer is much the same. He did it in Uruguay, also being a similar visionary, and I think the dialogue that happened here in the gallery by bringing those two artists of roughly the same age together is one where you almost cannot differentiate which artist did which piece. So it all kind of comes together, and both make very strong statements about a time-based process, performance art, that is actually captured in a either two-dimensional or three-dimensional static piece. And that dialogue is just really quite beautiful and harmonious.
What do you think about that documentation of performance and how, like, the different mediums that are chosen for that?
Personally, I love when performance-based art is actually documented in an abstract way. I think Hassan Sharif does a fantastic way of these drawings where always a little bit something changed. So when you look at a static two-dimensional piece, you actually see and envision somehow how the artist is doing it or what is happening there. You see either steps or you see some kind of gradation or even the installation of the paper that you see on the floor. You think about the artist actually crumbling it up and piling it up. So you're not just seeing a fixed thing, you see how fluid it is. It is not finished. You want to kind of kick a bit or clean it or add something to it. So you understand it is actually a process that is behind it, something that you don't find in a three-dimensional sculpture. So I think a lot of his work, and same with Louis Kamnitzer, are static, but really they make you think about the process first and foremost. And that is a very successful documentation or a different interpretation of performance-based art.
That's incredible.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.